Long time ago, when life was simple and people lived on their hard work, in a green valley, two friends lived far from the hustle and bustle of the city. One's name was Rashid and the other's name was Faraz. Both were farmers by profession, simple-hearted and hard-working. They spent their days in the fields and returned home in the evening. Their friendship had simplicity, sincerity, and a silent loyalty. But time does not always stay the same. One day, they had a serious argument over a trivial matter. The matter escalated to the point where they went to the governor of the area to make a decision. The reason for the argument was that someone had stolen a part of their crop. Rashid said, "I have grown this crop day and night. Therefore, it is mine." Faraz replied, "I have also worked as hard as you. I saw that you were not in the fields at night. So, it is possible that you have stolen the crop." The governor was surprised to hear these words. Both were accusing each other and claiming their rights. Both were ready to swear. The decision was difficult because both seemed innocent and honest. There was no evidence to support the decision. The matter was complicated. There was no witness or evidence. Finally, the governor used his power to give both a week. He said, "You both find out who the real thief is in this week. If you do not find out, I will adopt a new method." The governor was not satisfied, because the real duty of the governor is not only to end the matter, but also to bring justice to its rightful end. If the lie does not collide with the truth, the doors of such disputes open again, and the criminal escapes his sin. Under this thought, the governor ended this matter openly, but he made a promise in his heart that he would definitely reach this truth. He was sure that one of the two is a liar, and whoever is found guilty will be punished. This is how the wheel of time kept spinning. Days kept changing in weeks, and life continued to move ahead at its own pace. But one day, the same old dispute returned. Rashid came to the court of the governor, filled with anger, sadness. Sorrow and anger appeared on his face at the same time. Rashid pleaded in front of the governor. "Governor, I gave my precious cow to Faraz to sell. He sold it, but he is not returning my money." The governor immediately called Faraz so that he could be heard. When Faraz came, he made the exact opposite claim. He said, "Governor, he is making me a liar. Actually, I gave him my cow. He sold it, and now he says that he gave it to me." Rashid immediately raised his voice. "Look, Governor, what a liar this man is. He took my cow, and now he is making the exact opposite claim. Instead of returning my money, he is now deceiving me." The governor kept looking at the two of them. The matter was more complicated than before. Both were on their own terms, and both were proving themselves to be truthful and others to be liars. Again, a wall was built between truth and lies. It was not easy to break it and reach the truth. When the governor heard this new case, he was once again in a dilemma. This time, it was not just a matter of the past. Rather, it was a matter of a precious thing like a treasure, and both were on their own terms. The governor started thinking again and again. After all, who is lying, and how to reach the truth? Finally, the governor decided to make a special plan. He gave the two of them a day's time and told them to come back tomorrow and present themselves again. That same night, the governor wore clothes like ordinary people. He hid his face and disguised himself and quietly approached Rashid's house. The atmosphere was quiet in the evening. The street was deserted and no one was around. The governor took a bag with him. It had 50 coins in it. He threw the bag near Rashid's door and sat down at a distance so that he could see what happened next. After a while, Rashid's door opened. He came out, and when he saw the bag on the ground, he was shocked. He quickly moved forward, picked up the bag, looked around, and immediately went inside the door and closed the door from behind. The governor saw all this quietly, and then quietly got up from there and went to Faraz's house. He repeated the same plan there. It was already dark. He could hear the clatter of the clouds. and the cold breeze was blowing in the air. The governor knocked on Faraz's door slowly. In a little while, the door opened, and Faraz came out. The governor gently said, "Brother, I am a poor traveler. It is going to rain, and I have no place to hide my head. Can you give me shelter for one night?" Faraz looked at the governor carefully, but because the governor had changed his appearance, he could not recognize him. Faraz opened the door without hesitation and said, "Come, brother, my house is ready for a traveler like you. It is not fair to stay outside in the rain." The governor was taken inside. The room was simple and hospitable. Faraz started talking in his own style. He asked the governor about his situation and also told him about the condition of his house, his daily work, and his daily life. Then Faraz gave evidence of hospitality and arranged a simple meal. Both of them ate together. The governor watched Faraz's behavior carefully every moment. He kept a note in his heart. After eating, the governor put his hand on his pocket. Then he suddenly looked worried and said, "Oh God, what has happened to me?" Faraz got worried and said, "What happened, brother? Is everything okay?" The governor said in a little angry tone, "Son, I had a bag of gold coins. All my savings were in it. It looks like it fell on the road or got stolen. What should I do now? Everything was in it." Faraz listened to the governor and thought a little and said, "Brother, I found a bag on the road. But before that, tell me how many gold coins were in it and what did it look like?" The governor replied with satisfaction, "Son, there were about 50 gold coins in this bag. All my savings were in it." Faraz got up immediately. He went to a corner of the room where he had hidden the bag. He opened it, counted and saw that there were really 50 gold coins here. Without asking any questions, he returned the bag and gave it to the governor. The governor looked at Faraz from the depth of his heart and was very impressed with his honesty, hospitality, and sincerity. He started praying from the bottom of his heart, "Son, there are very few people like you in the world. May Allah give you respect, prosperity, and truth." Faraz smiled humbly and bowed his head. When the governor got up, Faraz said politely, "Brother, it is night time. It is dark. It may rain outside. You stay here. Go in the morning." But the governor made a soft excuse and said, "No, son, I have to go now. I have some work to do." And he quietly left Faraz's house. The governor went straight to Rashid's house. He knocked on the door. He had just knocked when he heard a loud voice from inside. "Who are you? What are you doing here at this hour?" The governor replied, "Brother, I have some work to do. Please open the door. I need to talk to you." Rashid opened the door angrily and came out. He spoke in a loud tone. "Tell me quickly what you want. You are not at peace even at night." The governor said politely, "Brother, I am a traveler. I am looking for a shelter to spend the night. Can I get some space in your house?" Rashid replied, "No, I have so much trouble in my house that I can hardly sleep. If I keep you here, where will we go? Go away. I have no place for you." The governor shook his head and said, "Okay, brother, I will go, but there is one more thing. I lost a bag in this lane in the evening. It had 50 gold coins. I did not go far. I suspect it must have fallen somewhere. I have searched a lot but could not find it." As soon as Rashid heard what the governor said, he became angry. He immediately became rude. He said angrily, "What nonsense is this? What are you trying to say? Are you here to accuse me? Have some shame. This is only my house. I did not see any bag." The governor's investigation had a deep purpose hidden behind his inquisitive and silent observation. You will learn a lot from this. Therefore, on the night of the governor, after observing the behavior of Faraz and Rashid, he quietly returned home. Whatever he saw and heard all night, he kept it safe in his heart. Now it was time to make a decision. As soon as morning came, the governor sat in the court. people started coming to the court, and in a short while, Rashid and Faraz were also presented in the court. The governor looked at both of them in a serious tone and said, "I am warning you both once again. Now I know the truth and lies of both. I have eyewitness evidence which I will present to the denier. But if someone admits his mistake, tells the truth, then perhaps a gentle attitude should be adopted with him. This is the only way to avoid punishment." Hearing this, Rashid spoke immediately. His tone was high and full of force. "Governor, I thought your last decision was absolutely right. I still say what I said yesterday. I want justice. Faraz is a liar." The governor quietly looked at Rashid and then turned to Faraz. Faraz bowed his head politely and said, "Governor, you have the power. You decide who is true and who is a liar. We both said what we had to say. Now you decide between truth and lies." Therefore, the governor looked at Rashid gently and said, "Son, I'm giving you one last chance. Tell me clearly what the truth is." But Rashid was adamant. He kept repeating his old words. "Governor, I am telling the truth. I did not take any cow from Faraz." The governor listened quietly, but he had already known everything. Finally, the governor revealed everything that he had seen with his own eyes at night. The governor quietly threw the bag at Rashid's house and then picked up the bag and took Rashid inside and told him everything. When Faraz heard this, he looked at the governor in amazement and Rashid's face turned yellow. But still he remained firm on his words and said with determination, "Governor, you are accusing me falsely. I did not take any bag or cow from Faraz." Now it was easy for the governor to decide. He acquitted Faraz of all charges and punished Rashid for lying and proving him guilty of theft. A few days later, when Rashid had suffered severe punishment, the governor called him and asked him gently, "Son, now you are being punished. Tell me the truth. Whose fault was it?" This time, Rashid's head was bowed. His tone was broken and his heart weak. He said gently, "Governor, I am the culprit. I sold Faraz's cow and I picked up that bag at night. I lied to you. I am ashamed." This investigation was actually done by the governor for some other purpose, because his special advisor, who was a trustee of the governor's important matters, had passed away a while ago. The governor was looking for a true and honest person who was not only loyal, but also had the ability to trust and be close to him. When the governor was convinced after the entire investigation that Faraz was a true and honest person, he appointed Faraz as his special advisor. He also gave him a big salary and a beautiful residence. All this was no less than a dream for Faraz. The farmer who was until yesterday had become the closest companion of the governor today. All this was a result of his honesty, integrity, and patience. And Rashid got a life of humiliation instead of lies and greed.